Hey folks, check it out. We're going to have Brian ORourke on the Delaware Real Estate Show today. Brian is the owner of the local real estate book company. You know that great little book you see on the shelves in your local restaurants and offices? That is provided to you courtesy of the Real Estate Book and Brian ORourke today on the Delaware Real Estate Show. I mean, he knows he's losing money and he's still spending money. He wants the place to be right when he gets it to the market.
Wow.
Which is crazy, but this is how some people are, you know. This is 3211 Kenton Road. So I just put that out there. I mean, somebody's going to get a great deal on that house. So
it's right on the main road too, so he probably feels like he needs to do more to get it sold.
Well, it's off the highway. It's off the road quite a bit.
Oh, it's set back. Okay.
Yeah, it's set back on 2.5 acres, right there on Dover Kenton Road. Welcome to the Delaware Real Estate Show. We're here today with Brian ORourke from the Real Estate Book. Welcome, Brian. How are you today?
Thank you very much, Al. Thanks for hosting me.
Hey, glad to have you here, buddy. You've been in real estate advertising a long time.
I have. I started doing this back in 1993 in Newcastle County. I've been down in Kent County since 1998. So, yes, I have been in quite a long time now.
So are you the owner of the franchise? Is this what this is? This is a franchise, a real estate book?
It's similar to a franchise. I am the owner of the magazine. We're a national publication, about 400 publications across the country. I own the rights to the two local territories. So Kent County, and then up in Newcastle County and part of Cecil County as well, up in that neck of the woods.
So you're getting into Maryland too, then?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Through Maryland, all down the Route 40 corridor, down to northeast Maryland.
One of my favorite agents, other than myself, is Judy Germain, and we are sharing a listing over in Cecil County. You might want to talk to her about that. It's
okay,
be a nice
definitely.
So besides the print ad service, which I see all the time, you see this book everywhere you go. It's in all the restaurants, offices. Do people actually subscribe and get it in the mail?
We will send people books in the mail. We have a free 1-800 service on the front of the book. All somebody needs to do is call that 1-800 number and we'll mail them out a book. So if you have a client that anywhere in the country or the world, we'll mail them a book. If they're thinking about relocating to Kent County but they haven't physically been here yet, one of the things you could do is do that for them. Send them a local book.
So that's a free service that you have for your agents or builders or whoever's advertising in your book. You'll send out free of charge?
Free of charge.
Wow.
Absolutely.
And that number is 800-841-3401.
Correct. And when you call that number up, they'll ask you what area you're interested in, and you'll tell them, and they'll mail a book. You can also do that online as well through realestatebook.com. There's a spot on that website where you can do it all online.
It's realestatebook.com.
www.realestatebook.com.
Oh, that's easy.
And if you have somebody locally you're working with that's, say, moving to Nevada or something, you personally could call the number and get the book for them for whatever area they're
as a service to my client.
As a service to your client. Say, here, I know you're moving to Nevada, California, Texas, wherever, and you can do that. You know, we have a lot of Air Force, military people in this area, and there is quite a lot of that need for that. So.
Yeah, that's one of the things in this area. There's a lot of turnover every 3 to 5 years, which is good for our real estate market.
And speaking of military, the Air Force Base, we have 2 different locations where we put this book out there.
On the base itself?
On the base, yeah. I have an agent, local agent, whose husband is active military, and she takes a case of books over there every month and puts out 1,000 different books every month.
God bless him and her.
Absolutely.
Besides the print ads, with the advent of the internet, besides the print ads, with the internet coming along, I'm sure there's other services that you guys offer besides the print ads. Do you guys have anything you offer to your agents online?
Well, absolutely. We consider ourselves a fully integrated advertising vehicle for realtors or builders. We have realestatebook.com, which I mentioned. Agents can put their listings on there, or also personal profiles, links to their website, and it's more or less like a resume. We have a number of people that come on to our site every month looking for agents, not only looking for listings, which they'll find, but looking for agents. So there's an agent contact section.
Same thing for like mortgage companies, closing companies.
Yeah, any affiliate could advertise with us. We sell ad tiles, which is, everybody's pretty familiar with ad tiles, either at the top of a website or to the side of a website, where you can be affiliated with realtors. So people may go on there not necessarily looking for affiliates, but that's a great place to be. Approximately $100 a month for an affiliate to advertise
that's pretty
on
cheap.
The side. Absolutely.
It's a good deal.
We track how many hits we get monthly. We had in March, we had approximately 300 unique visitors come to the Kent County section of realestatebook.com during that month. So some of those people came in multiple times, but we're able to track over 300 unique visitors just to the Kent County, Delaware section of the website. We have page views. We had about 3,400 page views.
What's a page view? What does that mean? People just coming and seeing the main page, or?
Yeah, well, the main page would count as one, and then if they click through to a specific listing, that would count as another page view.
So the people that are coming, they're averaging, that sounds like 10 pages a visit on average.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
That's a lot.
Approximately. Yeah, and we track it month over month. So the latest statistics I have are from March. The page views were up 8.4%, which you kind of would expect. February going into March, you're heading into the spring season. The page views were up. The unique visitors was about the same. It was about a little over 300 for the month. So that was a similar number. And so we track that. Agents are able to track how many people look at their specific listings. You're able to track that as well. So we track the entire website, and then an agent that advertises with us could actually track their own personal listings on the site.
Very good. Since the market's changed, a lot of things have been affected. How has the change in the market affected your business personally?
Well, a lot of realtors, their business is down, builders' business is down. I mean, it's affected everybody across the board. So, at one time we probably did twice as much business as we're doing now. It affects us just like it affected everybody else. Right on down the line, if the agents aren't selling real estate, they don't have money to advertise. So that's why we've had to do different things to try and make ourselves more valuable, making the website more effective and valuable, making the print more effective and valuable.
So streamlining and making it more efficient and more valuable.
Absolutely. We do a lot more online, but the core of our business is still the print product. We constantly are adding distribution spots, making sure our distribution is out there. That is our core business, being everywhere.
Yeah, it's advertising for yourself. People have to know about you, right?
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely.
I see it everywhere I go.
Absolutely. We're full color magazine.
By the way, you're out at the Chinese buffet in Dover, the King's Buffet. That's my favorite buffet.
Yeah, that's one of our best spots. So
it is.
We have to go there a couple times a month.
Is that right? I was there the other day, and they were just fresh out. I was like, man. But it was, you probably just went by there because we just got this. That was 2 weeks ago.
Well, yeah, and something like the Chinese buffet, you don't see a lot of other publications there. A lot of the publications you'll see maybe in the supermarket, and that's pretty much it for a lot of publications. We go that extra mile to go into the restaurants and the banks, and that's where we really try and make ourselves stand out.
Less agents, less homes, and I see the size of the book has come down just a pinch. It's not too much thinner than it was before.
Yeah,
still pretty
we've
healthy.
Been pretty stable at between 24 and 32 pages for the last couple of years. There are a number of core agents that advertise with us every month and get good value out of the book. And then there's some other agents that may get out of the book, may get back into the book. So, maybe 4 or 5 different agents will get out, depending on their inventory, and then 4 or 5 will get in. So it's
right.
We've been able to.
It's probably seasonal for some agents
maintain
too.
Some stability. Yeah, it tends to pick up in the spring.
Well, I pick it up and I look at it. It looks like the same old real estate book to me. I mean, just being an agent, I know it might be a page or two thin right now, but other than that, it looks like the same real estate book. A lot of print publications have gone by the wayside or not even around anymore. You know, like the State News has shrunk down to a magazine, basically, from what it used to be, a real newspaper. I mean, it's still a real newspaper, but print ads, it seems like print ads are fading away. But when you go into these restaurants, dentist office, wherever, you're going to be hanging out for a few minutes, that little book's there, and it's something that people pick up and they look at it.
Right. Well, when you go into a dentist office or a place like that, we consider ourselves a color catalog. So if you think about a catalog, we're a specialty magazine, focusing on local real estate. The specialty catalog business has not fallen off at all. Newspapers have fallen off, but if you think about like the catalogs you get in the mail, Land's End and Pottery Barn,
right.
And things like that, their business has done nothing but increase. You still get them in the mail constantly, and the reason that is because they've tracked success from it. There's been websites like Zappos.com, if you're familiar with that. It's a shoe website. They started out as just a website, but they figured out along the way that they could get value out of doing a print catalog. So they've, in the last few years,
it complements what they're doing.
It complements what they're doing. So if it didn't, they wouldn't do it.
Right.
It's as simple as that. They must be getting some value out of it. So that's where we consider ourselves a focused niche color catalog of home, local.
I kind of believe that the real estate book has like a cult following too, because I have these certain friends who I've known for a long time, and they never buy real estate, but they always stick their nose into real estate here and real estate there. What's this? What's that property? That property looks like a deal. And every time they go somewhere and they see your book, they pick it up. And a lot of times they'll call me and say, what's this MLS number here? What's going on with this property? And I'm like, why am I talking to you? You ain't bought nothing in 10 years. Come on now, get your checkbook out, and then we'll talk. But people do that, don't they?
Absolutely. I do it myself. We're a national publication. When I travel, whether it's the Florida or South Carolina, wherever, I have my eye out, and when I see a publication in another area, especially the real estate book, I'm going to pick it up and check it out. And if you're in the real estate business, you can get ideas on how other realtors or other affiliates may do their advertising. You may pick up a tidbit or two. So I do that myself. I call up the 1-800 number myself. I just did that recently in New York. We were experimenting with the Q card. So I knew that the guy in New York had just done an ad, or had done a lot of ads about QR codes. So I called up and I got the book so I could see how they were doing it. So when I went to implement it here, it was
well, that's something that I'm hearing a lot about, because I'm trying now to stay up on this technology. And I've seen a few QR codes in the magazine. I don't see them in very many places. Are a lot of agents using the QR codes?
Well, the technology's been around for a while, but it's just in the last couple months that I've started to learn about it and try and use it locally. So I've been trying to introduce the topic.
Well, let's tell a lot of people might be listening. They might not have any clue what a QR code is.
Yeah, it's a funny looking square box that you may see on different print publications. You actually could see it anywhere.
It's like a barcode.
It's a barcode. It's a print-based hyperlink. So if you have a smartphone and you would use a smartphone on it, whether it's an iPhone or any of these phones, they have the technology to do that. You basically take a picture of the QR code, and when you do that, it sends your phone website, your phone web capability. It opens up either a web page or text. There's different ways that you can use the QR code. So you can have just your plain website in there. You can have your contact information on there. You can have a text message set up, or you could just have a simple message on there. So there's different ways that you can use it.
So are a lot of agents taking advantage of this?
So far, I have a handful of agents that are using it. I've taken out an ad in the last 2 publications to promote it, just to try and educate people about it. So basically, we're starting off small and learning about it and trying to see how it's working. And then I think as we go on, more will take advantage of it. One of the services that we are providing is we will create a QR code for any agent, any builder, any affiliate that may not know how to do it.
Right.
We've learned how to do it. So it's not extremely difficult, but as a service, if you're advertising with us, we will create a QR code for you, make sure it works, and install it in your ad for you.
Man, you guys create the QR code, you create the ad, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, you mail out the magazine, you do everything for the agents. You make it pretty easy.
We try and be more valuable and stay on the cutting edge.
I've used QR codes a few times. I don't know that they've done much for me, but I'd like to be in front of the new technology. Kind of trying to figure out right now if this thing is a fad, or is it going to stick around? Is it something that's going to be around for a while? Either way, I know when I see one, if I'm not too busy or going down the street at 50 or 100 miles an hour in my car somewhere, I'll stop and I'll hit it with my phone. I have a QR code reader and generator.
Yeah. I mean, who's to say whether or not it'll stick around or not? But it isn't. I think as a small portion of your advertising, it's not a bad thing to use. And if you as a realtor are going out on a presentation and you introduce this as part of your presentation to a potential client, and you tell them that, hey, I'm going to be using QR codes.
Sure.
They may not know what it is, but they can realize the importance of it and whether or not it's working or how effective it is.
Most importantly, they'll see that you're on top of the technology.
Absolutely.
And a lot of people appreciate that, for what it's worth.
Just a small portion of should only be a small portion of what you do. You're not going to have an entire ad based on a QR code, maybe just 1/6 or
how big do they have to be? Is there a certain size that they're or can you shrink them down really small?
Yeah, they can be pretty small. I think they're recommended at least to be about 1 inch by 1.5 inches, approximately. So, we are a digest size publication, so we are very we need to be aware of how much size or how much space they're taking. So they don't need to be that big to work, because I've tested them on different sizes, and they don't need to be that big. So,
well, I know that a few years ago, as a realtor, I pulled back on all of my print ads because I saw what was going on with the newspapers. They got scared. Everybody was scared. And print advertising is the most expensive form of advertising right now, other than television or radio. And not many real estate agents are doing that. But I vow to come back. I'll be back with the real estate book here soon, I promise. I can honestly tell you that this was probably the only print ad publication that I actually got any actual business from.
Right. Well, that's good to hear, and it's really a way to make yourself stand out from the crowd. Everybody is advertising online, and that's great, and that should be a part of what you're doing.
That's undoubtedly not a fad. That's going to stay.
Absolutely.
And it's getting bigger all the time. And with the advent of the QR codes, it really puts the print ad back in the game.
Yes.
I see that. I think that the people in the print ad business really need to push those QR codes because, man, you can get so much information. It has so much value, I think, to the person that's using it. I see the value and potential in it. But it's really up to the consumer, I think, of whether they're going to start using it.
Yes, absolutely.
As to whether it catches on or not.
Yeah, well, there's so many people that have smartphones now, and that percentage is increasing month by month by month. So in the next few years, everybody's going to have a smartphone. So many people are using apps. That's just a simple app. It takes 5 minutes to download onto your phone, and people are finding out about it and using it. I don't know what the stats are as far as QR codes and how many people are using them, but it definitely is becoming more well known.
It's definitely growing, that's for sure. All right, well, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with you here in a little while. Watch for the next episode of the Delaware Real Estate Show. And for all your real estate needs, please give me a call, Al Luscavar. Please visit alluscavar.com or dial 302-423-0276. I am at your service. Thanks for tuning in with the Delaware Real Estate Show. This is the time where we need to promote the people that support us. Please visit DelawareVideography.com for all your video needs. virtual tours for realtors, and video for everyone. YouSellDelaware.com. If you're thinking about selling real estate on your own, please consult with a professional. YouSellDelaware.com. They help you get it sold on your own. Hey, and thanks for tuning in to the Delaware Real Estate Show. Please go to the next episode now.